Big shout out to the loyalty department. You see, we got the shirts on right here.
Most definitely,
I'm
man.
fucking with it. I'm fucking with it.
Shout out to the loyalty department. Appreciate the love on the shirts, man. Most definitely, we respect that because we loyalty.
No doubt.
And we in the department of loyalty, and we in that building. So
Thanks.
shout out to that boy for blessing us. Last time he blessed us, we went bananas.
Right.
So this time we gotta go triple bananas. Shout out to that boy.
For sure. So speaking about loyalty, like when you say you're being loyal to, like you have a loyal friend or you're loyal to a friend, what does that mean to you?
Man, that mean forever. That mean hold him down, have his back, uplift him, motivate him, be there through every trials and tribulation. That's what loyalty mean. Loyalty ain't just being there when he doing good. Loyalty mean be there when he doing good, when he doing bad, when he at his worst, when he needs you, when he whatever it is. You gotta be there. Loyalty mean no matter the situations and circumstances, I'm there. Count me in. I'm a part of you. And me being a part of you gonna help you get to wherever and whatever and whatever you wanna do. So that's loyalty, man. Not just being there celebrating the win, but celebrating the losses too.
Right. I definitely agree. That's a great way to describe loyalty. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are loyal to people even when they're wrong, though. You know, I feel like part of what's
that's the
really
wrong type of loyalty.
Yeah. Like there's different types of loyalty. I feel like if you want to really be loyal to your homeboy, you got to keep it real with your homeboy.
Ooh.
Which means when they're doing some shit that's wrong, you tell them like, hey, look. That's not what you should be doing, because when you do that, like a lot of people just ride with their friend and just be like, all right, if that's what you want to do, I'm gonna stay loyal to you, and then both of y'all get fucked up.
Man, that's the real definition of loyalty. So you telling me loyalty is being real, no matter if it hurts your friend.
Right.
I respect that.
That's real.
That's
loyalty.
real loyalty.
Right.
That's real loyalty.
That's real loyalty.
You got to keep it loyal across the board. When your
Across
friend
the
wrong,
board.
you got to keep it real.
Yeah.
Even if he don't like you got to keep it real.
Yeah.
Even if he don't like you and mad at you got to keep it real.
Yeah.
Loyalty ain't just because he winning. Loyalty ain't just because you supporting him. Loyalty mean you gonna let him know when he wrong and right.
Right.
That's right.
And what you were saying is true. It's like no matter what, through the wins and the losses, you're there for your boy always. But you always should be keeping it real. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed. And one thing about the game, D Phlo, I'm loyalty to you. When you good and when you at your lowest, and I'm going to hold you accountable because I know what you could do and I know what you can't do. And the things that you can't do, I'm going to motivate you and uplift you to do it because I'm loyalty to you. I'm loyalty to the people around you, and most definitely.
So you're saying that another thing that's important with loyalty is accountability.
Accountability.
Holding your friends accountable.
Hold your friends accountable for
if you're
every
really
situation.
loyal, truly loyal, then you'll hold them accountable, even in those situations where
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Loyalty bring accountability.
Yeah. So if you're not holding your friends accountable, then you're not really being loyal to the friendship.
Man, most definitely. You said that well. You said that well.
Yeah.
That's a well way to say that. You know, most definitely.
For sure. So do you feel like there's a lack of loyalty these days?
Most definitely. A lot of money buy loyalty. Money buy loyalty. Money buy shooters. Money buy non-believers into believers. Because they don't have no loyalty. They don't know who they is. They don't have no loyalty towards themselves. So when they don't have no loyalty towards themselves and their principles and moral, you able to buy their loyalty.
Right.
And their loyalty could be the wrong loyalty. So you got to be mindful. A lot of people are able to be bought by money. That's not the real loyalty. Loyalty is people who stand on business even if they have or don't have.
So what you're saying is that the true loyalty is not bought. Like you cannot be loyal to somebody just because they're giving you money or giving you opportunities or shit like that. You got to be loyal to somebody because you rock with them as a person.
As a person.
Not
as
just
an
because they got something they're giving you. Because the reason why is because as soon as they stop giving you that, and then the loyalty is gone.
It's quick. Out the window.
So it's not real loyalty.
It's not real loyalty.
It's temporary loyalty.
Temporarily. And they got a lot of that going around in this world today, temporary loyalty.
Right.
If you not feeding them, then they're going to start biting. They like alligators. So you got to be mindful who you feed and who you keep around. Because when you around me, I don't hide nothing. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I tell you when I'm doing good. I tell you when I'm doing bad. I tell you when I need something. And I tell you when I'm on my ass because I know you loyalty. A lot of people are hide when they ain't doing good, when they on their ass. I ain't doing that shit. If you're around me, I'm going to let you know when I'm doing good. I'm going to let you know when I'm doing bad. I'm going to let you know when I need you. I'm going to let you know when I need you to be here. Because that's
Right.
real true loyalty, most definitely.
And because from my perspective, you are a true friend to people. Like
All the time.
the type of love you give to people, like you
That's
can
priceless.
expect that back in return.
Man,
you know
people will
saying?
never give you the love that you always give.
Right, you can't expect it, but you know that a lot of people are going to be loyal to you because of how loyal you are to
Most
them.
definitely.
If you're only going to get loyalty if you give it. That's what you hope. You can only hope that.
I can only wish and hope that
Yeah.
the love and the loyalty I give to people, they give me that same. But guess what? If they don't, if they do, I'm still going to be who I am.
Yeah.
Because I'm different.
You won't let that change you.
I won't let that change.
Yeah, because there's going to be people who are going to definitely not give it as much
Most
as that
definitely,
takes.
all the time, D Phlo. I can show all the love in the world. People don't show me love, but I understand what's my calling, what I stand for, and why God separated me from a lot of people, and why I'm different. Even if they don't love you, you still gotta love them. Even if they don't support you, you still gotta support them. Even if they not there to cheer for you, you still gotta clap for them. That's the difference. I ain't set to be here to be just like them. I'm set to be different. Even if they ain't clapping, I gotta clap for them. Even if they ain't posting me, I'ma still post for them. Even if they ain't loving me, I'ma still love them because I'm different. And when you different, things hit different. God said, I made you different for a reason. A lot of people not going to be able to adapt to what you do, but I know who you is. And that's why I never got discouraged on me posting people or showing love or helping them because I'm different.
Right.
I'm different. And I accept that.
Yeah.
I accept that.
That's a humble approach to it, bro. Because this is what it is, bro. You can't really expect nothing from nobody. And it's like eventually people will come around. The only thing you want to worry about is what you're doing today and what you're doing tomorrow. And that's it. But it's like a lot of people, they don't want to hold people accountable because they're scared that they're going to hurt them. You know, a lot of people are worried about how they're going to react to it. So I feel like it's important to you can't be worried about shit like that. Because if you worry about shit like that and then you're not really keeping it real, you're not really being loyal to
Most definitely. Most definitely, D Phlo. Talk to me, baby.
So do you feel like loyalty is having an effect on social media with like relationships? Do you feel like social media is affecting loyalty with relationships?
Most definitely. We allow people on social media to come through our life and our present to have an input on, to where it change our mind about our people. We second guess. We question.
Right.
You need to take the time out and hit that person up. Hey, man, what's up with this? Or whatever. Don't let social media affect the mindset and the loyalty that's in between you two people. We got to get away from that social media and start getting back to calling people. Hey, man, I ain't like what you said. I know you loyalty to me, but it's questioning me. Let me see what's up with that. Talk to me. Now you able to fix that. Social media have everything in a knot to where you thinking, hey, man, that person ain't loyalty to me. Now you feeling some type of way. And when you come to find out, that person ain't never meant that way.
Right, because like, and you know what? That all goes back to this. If you're doing wrong and you feel guilty about what you're doing, you did your homeboy a little wrong. When he puts a post up on his story that's talking about something similar to what you did, the only reason why you feel like it's about you, because you know you're doing some fuck shit.
You ain't keeping it real. You ain't keeping it loyalty. You ain't keeping it loyalty. And loyalty is everything.
Right.
Talk to
Facts.
me, D
Yeah,
Phlo.
that's not keeping loyalty. Let me ask you this though. As far as like social media in relationship with like a girl, do you feel like in a relationship, like a love relationship, how do you feel like that's being affected by social media for loyalty?
When you open your relationship to social media, you open it up to the devil. That's all social media is the devil. How many times do you see social media say something positively about a couple? Not too often. If LeBron James do something and he help his wife and his wife elevate, they try to find the smallest thing to bring up in the relationship. All the good things.
Right.
So when you open your life up, your relationship to Instagram, to social media, you letting the devil interfere. See, when old school relationships last longer because we didn't have social media to affect it. We didn't have the enemy. When you open your mindset to the devil, then he able to enter you. We gotta get back to that real love. Close that gap.
Right, because when you show that you're happy on the internet with your significant
They
other,
trying to find a way to enter that to destroy that.
Exactly.
And that's why
They're jealous and they
let
want
me
it.
tell you something. This what I'm glad you said that, because let me tell you something. Because that person posts you, because that person tag you, because that person tell the world he love you, do not solidify do he really love you.
Right.
We gotta get away from that. Real love is showed by affection, not by tagging.
Behind the camera.
Behind the camera. See, these young ladies, these men, tag me, babe. What that serving? What that mean? She tag you, that means she love you more? That means she ain't eligible for the next person? Get away from that. Get away from that.
Right.
Get away from that.
Because in all reality, what happens is you tag your girl, and then now everybody sees you happy, and then certain people will try to enter in, men and women,
That's the devil.
to try to get in the middle of it, you know. But this is what I feel like, and just to go off
How
of
you
that,
feel about
is-
that? How you feel about that?
I agree. This is how I feel. I feel like because of social media now, like we have so many options. It shows us all these different men and women for us women, and then for the girls, they see all these men all over the internet, and they're like, they see options in their face. They're always posting shit. Everybody's posting the best parts of their life, and they keep showing your relationship on both sides about what could be better, you know, because people are like, oh, they're going to Jamaica, like, oh, look, you know what I'm saying, they're traveling shit, I want to be doing shit like that. So it can give you a unfair comparison of what your life could be like. You don't know that they were struggling and barely got in that trip over there. You don't know what they did to get on that trip, but you feel like, oh, I could be with her and maybe we could travel more. Or a girl might be like, oh, I could be with him and he might take me on trips everywhere. So it makes you feel like your relationship isn't enough because there's always better. We're always seeing these other lives. Because before, when we were like, before social media, it was just, we'd only seen on TV. You would see like famous people on TV and we wouldn't really compare with them because we know, and they're famous and rich. But we're seeing people that we know are peers, people we can actually reach.
Big difference.
So it's a different mental.
So it's a different mental. It hit different.
It hit different.
And with that being said, man, we got to get back to the generation of not letting the outer affect the inner.
Right. Comparing to other people.
We can't. A lot of people, let me tell you something, D Phlo. See, what a lot of people fail to realize, and I'm going to tell you this, by a wise man. A wise man told me these words. They got the young bull and the old bull standing on top of the hill. And at the bottom of the hill, they got 10 sheep. The old bull and the young bull. Remember that. The young bull told the old bull, Papa Bull, let's run down that hill and hit one of them sheep. Let's kill one of them sheep. So remind you now, that young bull run down that hill, it's 10 sheep. He only killed one, it's still 9 sheep left. Old bull telling young bull, let's walk down that hill and kill them all. You got 365 days in a year. If you save $1 each day, you got $365. If you run down that hill, you might only save $150. It takes time.
Right.
It takes time. The process. So to the young generation, to the young world, we can't rush it. We can't let the things that we see determine what we want at that time.
Right. Facts.
We can't do that.
Well, you can't compare your process to someone else's
To somebody
process.
else. No, not to somebody else's process. We try to compare our process to somebody's outcome.
Okay.
outcome. That's different.
You're right. We try to compare our process to their outcome. We don't know how long they went hard to do what they do, but we also don't know this. We don't know, like, their process might be, they end up making a couple $100K in their account. They never become a millionaire. They get a house. But your process might take a little longer, but your process might end up making millions. It's just that your process took longer. You may not have been rich. All of a sudden you went from, doing okay to rich. And you were watching everybody else spending their money, but you were chilling back like, I'm stacking up right now. I ain't finna spend. And next thing you know, you're a millionaire. That's the old bull. That's the old bull saying, that's the old Bill saying, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to get all the sheep. So we eating for weeks. You want to get one sheep and make them all run away.
Make them run away, and you only eat for a day.
You only eat for a day.
So what I'm trying to tell you is, D Phlo, when you working on your prayers, when you praying, when you giving praise, when you shout, when you sowing your seed, it take time. Prayers do not get there overnight. Prayers do not get answered overnight. Prayers do not get there overnight. Prayers do not get answered overnight. Prayers do not get there overnight. Prayers do not get answered overnight. God said, give me time. God not just show God, but he's a God over the whole universe. You ain't the only one in the first one to ever pray. God's still trying to answer their prayer. So if you give him time and take your time, but also continue to keep praying, also to continue to keep sowing, also to continue to keep being good.
And also continue to be humble.
Come on.
Because the only way that you're going to feel like, oh, I'm one of billions of people. Why should I feel like I'm so important that God should come to my prayers first? Like, who am I? I'm nobody to the billions of people in the world. You have to be humble.
Got to.
If you're not humble, God's not going to come to you. He's going to skip you over. Like, he'll be like, man, you too cocky. You got it. Do it yourself. You'll get there. The humble people. Not only that, patient, though. Patience.
Patience is virtue. Patience is everything. The reason why we here, because we had patience. We felt we should have been farther, but God said, remind you, you here because of me, not because of other people. You getting views because of me, not because of other people. We getting support from the people we least expected, but the people we don't know, and we appreciate them. Because God always say, you're going to get love from the people you don't know before the people you know. I would send the strangest people to support you before I send people that you know that don't really want to support you.
And I never will understand why that is. Why is, like, no matter what I do, whether it be music, making YouTube videos, podcasts, or whatever it is, the people who support me the most are the people I don't know.
You're
never
special.
met. Yeah.
You're special. And when you're special, God won't let the enemies support you. See, a lot of people, God say, I can't bless you because when I bless you, you sleeping next to the enemies. You're around the enemy. You're around the wrong mindset. You're around the wrong people. God could put you in the middle of billionaires, but won't allow them to bless you because they going to hold that against you. God said, when I bless you, I don't hold nothing against you. And everything that I give you, I'm not letting the world know who gave it.
Hey, that's a great explanation. A lot of your haters are the closest people around you. It'll be the people who you help out the most, you love and respect, and they end up being your biggest hater because they feel like you're surpassing them. They used to see you right here, but then you started going up here, and they're like, yo, hold, and they try to pull you back. So what do you think about that?
Man, D Phlo, let me tell you something, man. I have no questions, I have no worries towards what's going on in the world. I just keep my head down and give praise to God, and I keep going. Two people that I look up to and I love the most. Shout out to Mom Duke. I love her. But one person that hold me accountable. It was hard to understand her. It was hard to accept some of the things she said. It was hard to appreciate some of the things she did. But my sister, we got one of the craziest relationships in the world, but she loved me. Yeah. I want to get that relationship better because she mean good to me. She watched me go through so much. She expected a lot from me, but I couldn't give it at the time. Oh, this weekend, I got a chance to get my little nephew. And to see him play. She texted me. She said, brother. I said, what's up, sis? She said, I appreciate you getting your nephew and stepping up to be an uncle. I'm his first uncle. And I told her these words. I said, she said, I appreciate it. I said, sis, uncle couldn't do it then, but it's coming up. I said, there's just many more to come. See, when you know what you're supposed to do and you know how much you mean to a person, you know how much your nephew look up to you. When you ain't able to provide, it hurt you. But now since you able to do it, it make a big difference. I told her these words. I said, sister, brother Megan and I, so you ain't got to worry. I'm going to be there every time and every chance I get. My daughter love my little nephew. She always say, go get Juju. I want to see Juju. And I looked at her and I said, Daddy making paper now. So now Daddy able to get Juju all the time. So you just got to be mindful. The people that love you most going to hold a lot of value towards you. And when you ain't able to show up, they going to be disappointed because they know the work that you could give. They know what you created. They know who they know who they see you is. And I appreciate my sister because she saw who I could be, but I didn't see who I could be. Now that I see who I could be, now that I'm the man that she see me as, I'm here now.
How does she feel about you now?
We winning. We winning.
Right.
We winning. I never let nobody down. I let her down because she saw what I could be. Yeah. And when a person love you and see what you could be and know what you could be, and when you ain't that person, you let them down. Now that I say, sister, you ain't gotta worry. I see who you wanted me to be, and now since I'm that man that you want me to be, we gonna win. We don't know how much our siblings hold value upon us. And when they hold it, and when we ain't there, we wonder why we can't relate to them.
Who's older?
Me.
You're older.
So she know what
she looks up to you.
Yes,
you know
indeed.
What I'm saying? And you let her
and
down.
I can't let her down.
And you know what it is like one of the most like hurt, painful things is disappointing somebody.
I think that's what I did.
Disappointing somebody that you care about is one of the most painful things.
And man, you know what? Me and that girl ride or die. Anything I could ask for, look for, need, I could go to my sister. That's like my mama. She holds so much value, so much belief in me. And when I told her, she texted me, and I sit there and look at her, I say, wow. And I text her back, I say, sister, I'm here now.
I'm happy to see that, bro.
So
no doubt.
You can't be afraid when people hold value towards you. You got to man up and accept that.
You know what it is? It's like a lot of times we do the things we do and we don't really realize later on how it's going to feel. You know what I'm saying? People just don't realize that, you know, when you let someone down, later on it's going to let you down. You feel it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and man, that's what pushes us to fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, when I saw my sister text me, I'm like, damn. And you know, we here now.
Yeah.
So now since we here now, we ain't gotta worry about that. I told her, sis, you ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Ain't no going back.
The trials and tribulations that your brother had to overcome, everything that you expected me to be, everything that you wanted me to be, your big brother gonna be. I'm gonna be the best motivation. I'm gonna be the best motivation. I'm gonna be the best uncle. I'm gonna be the best daddy. I'm gonna be the best father. Your brother here now. Your brother here now. Your brother here now. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for not forsaking me. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for believing in me. Your brother here now. Your brother here now. Your brother here now. Get your things ready because your brother about to be the best in the world. She held accountability on me to know that when he get it, he ain't gonna never lose it. And
Right.
you want that. I was mad at her for years because I was wondering why she mad, wonder why she feels some way, wonder why she couldn't get along. We were bumping heads, but she wanted me to be the best that I could be. She knew what I could be, but she knew it was gonna take time, it was gonna take prayer. See, when you got somebody that love you, they hold you accountable for everything. Man, my sister saw the vision. When I was going to high school, I used to hold my sister's hand and told her brother gonna be the best NFL player. When I didn't be the NFL player, I let her down. So I had to find another way. Now that she see I'm speaking in the word of God, I can't let her down. You want that person to hold your accountability.
But you know the truth is, bro, from what I've seen from knowing you, is that you definitely hold yourself accountable. And you know what? Maybe it wasn't something you always did in your life. Just like me, I haven't always held myself accountable.
I felt like
but
shit, man.
You're at a place in your life where you're showing the world, we're showing the world on these cameras that you have to hold yourself accountable. If you don't hold yourself accountable, you'll never move forward. You have to heal all that's happened in the past. You have to let go of the letdowns.
Bury that,
you got to bury it. Before you can bury it, you have to let it go.
Got
You have to let it go and then bury it. If you just let it stay there, you never face it, you never deal with it, that's what's going to make you never be able to get blessed.
You got to let go of everything. You got to bury. You got to get rid of the mindset. You got to get rid of the old way. You got to get rid of the old things that you once thought about, order for new things to happen. You got to get rid of the old mindset.
It's so true. Like for years with me, with my dad, we had a crazy childhood. A lot of things happened, and I held him. I had a problem with him about the shit that happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get into detail what it was, but I definitely for years didn't even want to talk to him about it. Didn't want to talk to him at all. Cut him off. You know what I'm saying? And it affected me. I feel like I went through dark times during them years, and I feel like it took me letting go. I just recently really
I remember when you told me.
Yeah, I told you that
when Pops came down and he was at the crib and you told him the podcast and everything, and he rocked with it. And that's just show the maturity level of the growth and how you grow and how you growing. And one thing about my sister, man, I love her to death. She held me to high expectations. And when somebody love you, they hold you to high expectations. They want you to come through. Yeah. And when you don't come through, you let them down. Right. When you let them down, they look at you some type of way. That's why I appreciate her for not giving up on me. And she didn't give up on me. She said, you got it. Even when I went to the prom, the bad kid prom, she said, I need you to look like this. She dressed me up. And when a person take the time out to help you, to dress you up, to make you feel good, to look appropriate, they see good in you, man. They see good in you. So when people in your life trying to uplift you, motivate you, dress you, encourage you, don't take it as they trying to just offend you, that you don't have what it takes. They don't believe that you got the mindset. They just see something better. And when people around you see something better, when people around you see the good in you, they going to hold you accountable. Don't be mad at them because you let them down. Be mad at yourself because you ain't show up the way you needed to show up. I appreciate my sister, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm going to keep going, that's why I'm going to be the best home. That's why I became a better father, and that's why my relationship got better with everybody.
For sure. Yeah. I appreciate you sharing that, no doubt, bro.
Man, that hurt, D Phlo, because me and my sister, I love her to death. Man, me and her was there for a long time before my brother got there. It was them, me and my sister, boy. We had some scuffles. Jesus.
But
shout out to Big Irie, man.
Shout
Come
out to
on.
Irie. So she got some questions for us. So look, if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at I am D Phlo, DPHLO. Go ahead and tell them yours.
Big Team 28 Fitness, man. Big Team 28 Fitness, man. We appreciate everybody who sent comments, everybody who requests us to answer some of the comments and stuff like that. Right. Big shout out to Irie, man.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. If you want to give us topics to talk about on the podcast, follow us, watch for our posts, and we'll go ahead and get some of y'all questions in here. But she said there's a lot of people out here in the world right now.
Come on now, Big Irie, shout out that.
Yeah, she came with some good questions.
Come on now.
So when I seen them, I had to go ahead and write it down.
Y'all go follow her, man.
Go ahead and follow Bodied by Ariel _ So she had a couple questions, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first question she had was, there was a lot of people out here in the world right now who are having trouble building a relationship with God, what do you feel like some of the first steps are to start building a solid relationship with God?
What is the first steps to building a relationship with God?
Yeah, for the people who having trouble, who've tried to build a relationship with God, wasn't able to do it, and they would like to, they're making a change in their life. What advice do you have for them?
Well, the first thing is to building a relationship with God. Ask yourself, is you ready to commit? Commitment is everything. God wants you to commit. When you commit to every situation. God said, I would never forsake you, but he never said that I would not bring you through trials and tribulations. That's what we fail to realize, D Phlo. And that's what I need the world to understand. When you give your life to God, when you give your life to Christ, he didn't say that trials and tribulations won't be brought up on you. He said it won't affect you. He said it won't prosper. So we got to realize now, when we give our life to God, that's when the enemy is more effective. Oh, they ain't want to hear that, D Phlo. When we give our life to God, that's when the enemies and the devil try to be more effective.
They try to be more effective.
They try.
Yeah, they try.
God said any weapon formed against you should not prosper.
So do you feel like that's a test?
That's a test, D Phlo.
That's a test.
And we fail to realize when we say, I'm a child of God, I deserve this, I deserve that. God say, show me why you deserve these things. Why you feel that these things is for you. We think that when we give our life to God, we deserve everything. That ain't the way God works. That ain't the way he present himself. That ain't the way he handle business.
You know what? I just thought about something. So when you take a test in school, you can get like 100%, a 99%, 95, a 90, a 80. There's different percentages you can get. So do you feel like with God, depending on, it's not just about passing or failing. It's not about that you get an A or an F.
All right.
It's about what percentage that you got on the test is how much he's going to bless you.
Man, you got to have 100%.
100%, huh?
You got to have 100% into your prayers, 100% into your belief, 110% into your work ethic, 110% in your mindset. Everything starts with right here.
I never thought about that before.
Listen. You have to have 110%. And your prayers, your belief, your work ethic, your sacrifice, your mindset, your growth, you'll keep going and continue to keep going. You can't stop. God do not stop blessing, so you can't stop praying. God do not stop showing up, so you got to keep going. God do not complain, so you got to keep in your business. You got to have 110% in everything you do because God bring 1,000%. And we wonder why God not blessing us because we losing percentage and God keep adding percentage. And when God add percentage and you losing percentage, your faith going to depreciate, but God belief still growing, then it ain't gonna never match up. You gotta believe, you gotta believe, you gotta believe.
So basically, so what you're saying is you have to give 110%, you have to pray 110%.
Every time.
But you have to also grind 110%.
Every time.
If you want God to give you that 1,000%, to just put it down and put you in a position, you have to meet him halfway. And not just for a day, not just for a week.
365
Because at the beginning,
days.
I asked you, what's one of the first steps you can take to get a relationship with God? You say commitment. And the only way you're going to get commitment means that every day you give 110% in your grind, your prayers.
Stop dropping the jewels. Them drop the jewels boys back in the building, man. D Phlo dropping the jewels on Big Team 28, man. Shout out to Loyalty Department for blessing us with the gift, man.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate the love, man. We most definitely loyalty to not just our prayers, but not just to our grind, not just to our family, but we loyalty to each and every person, to everybody out there who supports us.
To all the viewers.
To everybody who believe in us.
We appreciate y'all.
We most definitely appreciate y'all. Big shout out to my boy D Phlo, man. And I know for sure, man, he gonna hold me accountable and I'm gonna hold him accountable. That's why we love each other, man.
For sure. So what's your sign, bro? I don't know if I ever asked you that.
Sagittarius, D Phlo.
Sagittarius.
I want you to do me one favor, D Phlo. You know what I'm saying? We on the same time, and so I'm gonna give you that. So I want you to put that watch on because I want to make sure you on the same time, and I want you to feel that because I know God getting ready to bless you in so many ways that you've been working towards a lot of things, and I'm gonna do this for you, D Phlo, since me and you on the same time, and I'm gonna let you have that.
Okay.
Because I love you from the bottom of my heart. That's for you, Big D Phlo.
Okay, appreciate it. Hell yeah.
Most definitely, man. I appreciate everything that you're doing and everything that you continue to do, man. You mean a lot to me, and you challenge me to become a better person. Not just become a better person, but just a better individual, man. And that means a lot to me. Because a lot of people can't challenge me to be great, but you challenge me each and every day to continue to keep going. Talk to me, Big D.
Well, you do the same for me, bro. You definitely challenge me to be great. If I'm not doing what I'm doing, what I need to do, you're gonna make sure I am. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's what makes us have a great friendship, is we both hold each other equally accountable.
That watch look good on you, D Phlo.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's a bad mud. I want you to have that.
Appreciate it. Hell yeah.
For you, baby boy.
Yes, sir. So she actually came with another dope ass question. I definitely appreciate it. Hell yeah. But so she said, okay, I saw this and I was thinking, like, it makes sense. She said that you got to spend, like, if you don't spend time with your kids as a daddy on the weekend, and then what are you going to expect them to do when they grow up? If you make it a norm that every Saturday and Friday night you chill with your kids and you do something with them, you take them out to the movies, you do something with them, and then when they get grown, maybe they'll be thinking the weekend is family time. Because the stuff you learn as a child carries on.
Carry on to your whole life.
You don't want your kids to think that every weekend is about party, go out and do this and that and the other. You want your kids to think that maybe on the weekend you should take your kids out. So, I mean, what do you think about that? Like, it's actually a good point.
Most definitely a hell of a perm. She came with some tough comments.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
She came with some tough one, man. Big tough. She big tough, man, and she grinding. So most definitely, I appreciate. I know she was gonna come with some big tough answer, but at the same time, they say the way you raise them is the way they should forever live. Mm-hmm. So if you show them that you family time is on Fridays and Saturdays, they gonna believe that for the rest of their life when they go on and have their own family. So when it's time to spend time, their kids know it's family time Friday and Saturday. So the way you raise a kid is how you hope they live the rest of their life. So that's very important.
Yeah, because like with my family, like my parents on Friday and Saturday, that was party night. They were at the bar, fucked up, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that means it's party night for me, you know what I'm saying? So, and that carried on.
So what you feed yourself is what you start to shit out.
Yeah.
What you feed yourself is what you start to shit out. If you feed yourself good food, then you going to shit out good food. If you feed yourself bad food, you're going to shit out bad food. It's the same thing with the mindset. If you feed your mind with positivity going to happen. If you feed your mind with negativity, bullshit going to happen.
It really happens like that.
It really happens like that. So how you raise your kids is how you expect them to live the rest of the days of their life. You know how you say, I train my kid to be manner. I don't know how the hell he stopped being respectful. Is the way how these young kids raised. Still to the day, D Phlo, I always say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Yes, sir, and no, sir. And a lot of people say, don't make me feel old. I say, that's just the way my mama raised me. Mm-hmm. It's just respect. So we got to get back to that. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. We got to get back to that old generation. We got to get out of that shit that we going to treat them girls to something to eat. What about cooking them something to eat? What about putting on a movie? Stop buying the movie tickets. Let's take them to the house and wine and dine them. Let's get in that kitchen and cook for them. Let's get them some roses. Stop buying them that shit that they just expecting money, money, money. Let's get back to open the doors. Let's get back to showing up on a Saturday morning and washing their car. Let's get back to Saturday morning and cutting their grass. And let me tell you something now. If you cut their grass on a Saturday and it's in Houston, your ass sweating. She gonna have some water ran and a nice hot towel. Best believe she gonna have some food cooked. We gotta get back to that original D Phlo.
Right.
That
before it's gone forever.
Before it's gone. That physical. We even got to the money and we feel like money is everything. oh, if I buy her a purse, she gonna love me. If I do take her out to a $300 dinner, she gonna love me a little more. She gonna love you more if you get in that kitchen and cook.
Right.
Even that shit don't taste like nothing. She gonna still love you. D Phlo, let me tell you something.
I might be white, but it gonna taste like something.
D Phlo, I heard one thing about you, D Phlo. They say your ass could cook.
I can cook. I can cook, no doubt.
Look, hey, if you trying to come take D Phlo with me, your ass better know how to cook. You better know how to rub feet. You better know how to kiss toe. You better know how to be the best stepfather. D Phlo do it all, man. Shout out to the father, the stepdad is who do it all.
Right.
No matter the trial
and you know what? And just to bring up that topic, me being a stepfather, I feel like you should never be like, you should treat, if you want to be with the woman, if you're going to take on the role
for the rest of your life,
because that's a commitment. We spoke about commitment. If you want to make the commitment to be a stepfather, you're deciding that you want to be with this woman. You know she has kids. So if you don't want to be a stepfather, then walk away now. If you choose to be a stepfather, you choose to be with her, you need to treat those kids as your own. 100%. If you do not treat them kids like your own, then don't take on the role. Don't make that commitment. Leave that for somebody else who really wants to care about their kids like your own. Let me tell you one thing,
D Phlo. You might be a little too young to know about this.
What's that?
But don't accept her. Don't accept her.
Don't accept her?
Listen. You're young now. I want to make sure your ears clean for this. Do not expect a cow if you ain't accepting the cubs. So if you want to accept the cow, you got to be able to accept the cub. You got to accept the kid. You got to love the kids more than you love the cow. You got to understand the kids is more important than a cow.
Absolutely.
You got to understand that when you marry the woman who have kids that's not yours, the kids more important than your wife.
Right. Absolutely.
Because they're the generation, they're the future. So whatever you do, if you accept any woman in your life, make sure you love the kids with all your heart.
You heard what he said. If you don't accept the kids in this way, don't do it at all.
Don't do it.
Just leave it alone. It's not for everybody. Some people just aren't able to love someone else's kids as much as their own. Man, and that's okay. Just don't do it.
I'm not asking no woman to marry me before I ask the damn kids to marry me. When I propose to the mama, man, and guess what? When I propose to the mama, I ain't gonna just have one ring for the mama. If she got kids, I gotta have a ring for the kids. Because when you make that commitment to the mama, you making that commitment to the kid. When you make that commitment to the kid, you making that commitment to the mama. When you make that commitment to all, you making that commitment to God. God, I ask you to give me the strength I need to marry, not just the kids, but marry the family. I can't let them down because I want to be a part of their life for the rest of my life. So you gotta, when you ask God to accept you in his life, you got to make that commitment to make the sacrifice, to be willing to do everything that God asks you to do and more. Right. Priceless. See, when you make that relationship with God, when you hit your knees and you give everything to God, you ask God to show up and show out, to bless you with each and everything. You got to make that commitment to God to understand that God might ask you to do something. And when God asks you to do something, no matter the trials and tribulations, no matter how tough it is, if God asks you to believe and give praise to him and shout him out, you can't feel embarrassed for the things that God asks you to do, because of the things that you asking God to do. You asking God to show up and show out and bless you in every situation, every trial and tribulation. God do not second guess about the blessings he willing to give you, but the people that's asking for the blessing second guess about the things that God asked for you to give. Man, stop playing. We be asking God to deliver and God to uplift us, but when God asks you to say, shout out his name in the middle of everywhere and people looking, we tucking our tail.
I mean, it's like a lot of people are looking for God to do something for them, but they're not looking to do for God what he's asking them to do. Like, people aren't ready for the commitment it takes. They're not ready to do what it needs to do to please God. They just want, like, gimme, gimme, gimme. But what are you giving? What are you giving in return? When God's asking you to do this, you see someone needs help, and you just ride by. Like, I ain't going to help them. It's like, that's why your blessings are never going to come. because you're never willing to give as much as you take.
Come on,
and that's
man.
with friendships and everything.
You talking now? Now you talking now? God said, I don't ask for a lot, but in the things that I ask for, I expect you to give. See, we fail to realize when we hit our knees and ask God for all these things that we ask God to deliver, and we forget to ask God, what do we need from us?
Exactly.
Say, God, what you need from us?
Right.
I know you don't need
He'll
much.
show you.
Oh, he most definitely gonna show you. Stop playing, D Phlo. D Phlo dropping the jewels on Big T.
So that brings me to the next question.
Come on now.
So when it comes to being a man,
Ooh.
what do you feel like are the most important values that you need to be solid and genuine?
Man, say that again, D Phlo. One more time, man.
So being a man in this world, in this generation, what do you feel like are the values that you need to be solid and genuine? Because I think a lot of people might have a misunderstanding about, and this is the question that someone else asked.
Come on now.
What does it take to be solid and genuine in this day and generation? Like, or just period, any generation?
As being a man.
And being solid and genuine.
To being solid.
From a man's perspective.
From a man's perspective.
Yeah.
Is being committed. I don't think you heard that, D Phlo. Say it one more time. Answer that question one more time, D Phlo. So the world can hear what I said. Say it one more time, D Phlo. Come on now.
So from a man's perspective.
Let me take my glasses off. This one hurt, D Phlo.
Right,
say it one more time. Say it with some enthusiasm.
All right, so look, from a man's perspective, what does it take? What values do you need to be a solid and genuine individual as a man?
Commitment. You can't be solid to your friends as much as you committed to your relationship. That's tough, D Phlo.
Wow.
That's tough, D Phlo.
And a lot of people don't want to hear that. Say that one more time.
That's why I say you gotta be just as committed to your relationship, just as you committed to your friend.
Okay.
Your relationship very important.
It is. That's your rock. It should be. If you got the right relationship.
A lot of people be committed to their friends and not committed to their relationship. A lot of people realize why their relationship not working because they committed to their friends and their friends not committed to them, but their relationship committed to them. You got to be solid to the woman that's solid to you because a man, your friends might fail you, but the one that love you, the one that land next to you, the one that believe in you, the one that's willing to feed you, the one that's willing to cook for you, that's the one that's solid. We got to get out that mindset. That's my friend, so he more solid than my woman. But when we hungry, we go to our woman. Talk to me, Big Jose, baby. I got my brother-in-law in the building. You can't be committed to your friends more than you committed to your woman. Your woman is everything. Let me tell you one thing, D Phlo, before I go. And
that's
before
real
I say
shit.
Something like, let me tell you something. Your woman, your lady, your wife, your other behalf, she gonna see things that you don't see.
Right.
She see things in a friend that you don't recognize. She see the real in them, and she see the fake in them.
So what you're saying is you better listen to her.
You damn right. You
people
better
be
listen
ignoring
to
that shit. Like,
and
I know better.
People know when they girl, they wife, they boo, or whatever they is. When they ignore that. That's when shit go to fuck.
And they always be like, I should have listened to you.
Babe. Let me tell you something. A woman would never let you down. A woman would never tell you wrong. And a woman would never tell you wrong if God laid that person into your life.
So, okay, that's some real shit, and that's a whole other conversation because a lot of people are in relationships that God told them to get out of. So you weren't led into that relationship. God was telling you over and over, get out that relationship. So if you're in that type of relationship, you can't listen to her because she don't have your best intentions.
At all. You better get your ass over there. You better get your ass over there. A lot of us in relationships knowing that it ain't serving a purpose, knowing that we drained and knowing we going through trials and tribulations. We got to get out of the relationship. We only fell in love because she what she could do. We only fell in love the way she looked. We only fell in love because I love good. But knowing that she didn't have the best intention for us, the same thing they go for man. We only fell in love because the man got a wood, not because he's a provider, not because he's a motivator, not because he uplifts us, not because he's a supporter. We fell in love with the wood, not the love.
Right.
We got to get out of that mindset, D Phlo. A lot of people fall in love with the love and not with the heart. And
Right.
the heart mean more than what they could physically do for us.
Right.
We gotta stop
It's
looking
a
at
direction. It's the direction you're moving in. You're never gonna move in the right direction when you're with the
Oh,
wrong
you got
person.
a big wood, I think I'm gonna love you.
Right.
You got a big bag, I love you. You got a nice car, I love you. You got a big house, I love you. You got big opportunities.
Worried about
I
all
love
the
you.
wrong
All
things.
the wrong things. But then you got that man that come along. He got love, but he ain't got the bag.
So
like
what
him.
you just explained perfectly is when you can't follow that. But what you can follow, you can listen to your girl when you're with a girl that God sent to you. You know it's the right one. You know you follow the right signs. You can feel it inside. Like, I don't care what. You can feel deep down inside whether this relationship is right or not. You can ignore all you want, but your heart told you a lot of times, I need to get the fuck out of this. You ignored it. So if you never felt that, then you're in the right relationship. And if you're in the right relationship, you should listen to your significant other. Because they be peeping some shit.
But they
They
see
gonna
everything.
tell you.
They see everything, and as a man, we don't want to see it because we feel like our friends got the best intention. They love us. They've been around for a long time. They've been around before our girl. But when the girl comes, she got that relationship. She got that heart. She got that desire. And when she sense something wrong with you, she wants you to get out of that because she know, in order for to grow, you got to get rid of old things. In order for to grow, you got to cut old ties. In order for you to grow, you got to get rid of mindset. We can't grow in life and we still holding on to the old thing and we still thinking the old way and we still moving the old way. D Phlo, I used to go I-10. I don't go I-10, I go 99 because I-10 didn't get me nowhere. So I had to take a different route and a different route with what God showed me. And ever since God showed me, that's the route I'm going to take. If it ain't broken, I ain't trying to fix it. But if it ain't fixed, I ain't trying to break it. But God keeps showing me each and every day, I need you to go this way. And ever since I went this way, ever since I hit my knees, ever since I give praise to him, I can't lose, I can't lose, I can't lose, I can't lose. Hey, go against what God say and watch you lose, but go against God's children and watch he defeat you.
That's it. We're selling it. So.